So what are we pretending we're fine about today?
Nothing. Not on this couch. Welcome to On the Couch with Clear Corner.
Sanmonani. Welcome back to episode 4 on the couch. I am AYANDA MABASO and this is
LUNGILE MNISI.
Yebo. This is what episode 4.
Yes, it's episode 4.
So I want us to get into episode 2 and 3.
Yes,
of the comments. I mean, we're not going to stick to it the whole episode, but we just want to address a few things.
Yes.
Just to give context of the situations. And we did see you guys' comments. Some of them are ruthless. So we've worn black today just to mourn those because like, wow. You guys weren't in on those. But before we go into that, I wanted to first kind of explain why I started this podcast and why I invited Lou on here. So initially, I had this idea back in 2020. Imagine. So it's been like about 6 years. And for me, like I wanted a space where we have genuine conversations. By no means are we perfect. By no means are we here to try be intellectual. We're not here to sound intellectual. We're not here to have, what can I say, to seem like we know everything. Personally for me, but I will speak for myself. I'm not perfect. I've heard people that I've loved. I've said things that I shouldn't have said. And so we don't want people to think Uguti we here just having conversations thinking Uguti we the most perfect people on here. We do also say some stuff, you know. And the reason why I brought Lou on this podcast is she's a very intelligent woman. I remember when I first met her last year, I think I was scrolling on your live, and then I joined your live, but like the way you would speak and the way you would intellectualize things and the perspectives that you had on a lot of topics were very interesting to me. I was like, oh wow, the way you think and the way you articulate yourself was it was very why am I blank? I feel like I'm just blanking. I think it was a lack of sleep. Yes, I did say I slept around 5 a.m. And we're here now we got here at 10. So I had to be up quite early and I live quite far. So my apologies if I blank out. But I brought on Lou because of the way that she thinks, and I thought she'd be a great addition to the podcast. But I don't want to get into that deeply. But you did say you wanted to address some comments there.
No, man, there's just people they like making assumptions and they like jumping to conclusions on small pieces of information.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when we release episodes, we'll put a snippet online to promote that episode. And then we'll say the full episode is on YouTube. And a person will come and watch that small snippet. And then they want to come and decide that, no, I know the whole story. And then they want to... For example, there's one comment where I was talking about blocking friends and all of that. Someone was like, the pain in my... Bruv, what pain?
Really?
So it's ridiculous. Like... Go watch the full episode. And because I'm a person who I will not speak about something while I'm still in the thick of it. I feel like it's not okay. Because
true.
I don't know the full extent of how I feel about it. I'm still in the grieving process. I'm still experiencing the grief in like present tense. So I'll not speak about something while I'm still going through. So please don't come and assume that there's pain in my voice. It's so funny.
That is true. And I feel like it is also dangerous to also speak about something you're actually going through in the moment. Because that is true. You might not really know how to navigate it, and then
exactly. And then you're also emotional, and then you're gonna say things because of the heightened emotions, only to regret it when you're fully past the acceptance phase of grief. Because stages I 5-way grief.
Oh yes.
So the first one, it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. This is also new to me. Like I was just feeling things, but then it was actually like something also that I want to speak about in this episode. Everything has terminology these days. Everything has a process. There's different types of attachments. There's different, oh my God, it's a lot. I feel like we intellectualize our feelings so much, but we don't feel them.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's what assuming comes from. Because you think you know. And then you try to, like, guys, it's wrong. It's wrong. Everybody thinks they know something about what you're feeling, and they don't even know the extent of what you're feeling. So
but
that's
do you
one
think
of the
it's
things.
wrong to like put a label on something that you
Not
feel like you
necessarily.
think you're going through?
I don't feel like it's wrong. I just feel like it limits us. For example, if you watch a video and before you decide how you feel about it, you open the comment section, and then you'll see all these different, and then that limits you from making your own, like dissecting it for yourself.
Oh, so you have a problem when someone else puts a label on it, not necessarily
like,
if you put.
Why would you decide it? You know what I mean? I understand the generalization of things. Okay, this is how things, like, this is the skeleton of things. You know what I mean? But don't decide that now this is it and there's no alternative.
Yeah,
like,
true.
no, what?
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
That is true.
It's wrong. You know, there can be patterns. Yes, I totally agree with that. But now don't pinpoint what it is when you don't know what it is in full context, in detail, you know? So, yes, we come on here, we are vulnerable. We share our lives with you guys, and then you come and decide that, no.
Go back. Yeah, no, I wanted to also address the I saw a lot of comments of people disagreeing on the fact that I use the word sinister.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sinister. Maybe that's a bit too dramatic. I was like, no, guys, you don't understand. You don't understand how I was feeling in the situation, and also the type of person that I am to come up with that. Not even come up with that word, to use that definition.
Yes.
I could give you a whole background of it, but me personally, as a person, I do think it's evil to intentionally be sitting there with people, especially if there's like the three of us and I don't know anyone else in the room. It's not a party where I can go and stand up and socialize. There's just the three of us excluded. It's about three. You guys are facing each other, having a conversation just together. And
exactly.
There's something evil about that because you're doing it intentionally. It's not a miscommunication.
Exactly.
It's not you. It's not a mistake. It's like we're in this space and you're intentionally ignoring someone. You don't value them. You don't think what they're saying is important. You don't see them. There's something evil about that. At that moment, I feel threatened. I feel like I need warning.
Exactly.
You know? And so that's why when I used that word, it was coming from a place of when I was in that situation. To me, it gave me such an icky, weird, evil feeling because these people, I felt like these people were intentionally doing that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So
valid.
To me, it wasn't just rude.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a miscommunication. It was deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know, and so. And then you can go deeper into that to why I feel like why I'm internalizing it that way. We could go deep in the background of where I come from, coming from a big family. But you don't want to explain those things, you know? Because like we're on a podcast, it's gonna take
it's too much.
It's too much. Explaining I'm from a big family.
Yeah.
The way I grew up, I was always involved. I was always intentionally included in things. And so when you go out in the world and you see people intentionally it's a little odd. It's a little odd. Maybe if you grew up by yourself, you might not see it that way because you know, but if you grow up in a big family and there's always inclusivity, and then people intentionally just do that, it's just like, oh, it's gonna rub me the wrong way automatically. I guess maybe it's a trauma or a trigger, I don't know. But yeah, people must just also critically comment because I wanted to explain, but I was like, no, man.
They don't want you to just feel what you're feeling and it be okay and it be sufficient. Like, it's not fair, guys. People have different feelings from you.
Yeah.
It's fine if you think it's just rude, but if we think it's sinister, that's how we think. That's what we feel, and it's okay. You know what I mean? I don't like people who feel like it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to everything, that's not fair. Like, you're an individual, I'm an individual. We can have differences, and it's okay. You know, that's why I was just saying with with people are just assuming that no, guys, because it's also coming from a place of vulnerability, even talking about it, because even though it's past, I'm still opening up about it now.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why we do this also is to show people that some experiences happen to different people, and you can take out something from what I'm saying. And now take what you're taking and move on. Don't come and decide how I feel now in that. You know what I mean?
Attack the defining of the situation,
Exactly.
and attack
Don't
how
try
someone
to,
felt, and attack someone's perspective, and attack, how?
And then exactly another thing is, not only do some people disagree with what you're saying, they want to come and give their own. That's like, so you're invalidating me, and then you're telling me what to feel.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
That does not make sense.
So just take what you're taking out of what we're saying. Share your opinion. We will not fight you, and don't fight us, because we're not out here fighting. Like, we're not fighting anyone. We're having a conversation, sharing our experiences, and it's okay if you have a different perspective, but don't be rude now and insult us, because there's a lot of comments that I've seen, and I was just like, what? Is this how people think? Like, is this how you go through your life, like, every day? Because it's easy to even comment those things behind your screen. We don't know you. We don't see you. We will not find you. We'll not even go and try to find you.
They won't even say.
Exactly. If you were to meet us now, you will not have the guts to say that to our face. So, like, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
watch your mouth.
Watch your alphabet. Watch your typing. Like, we're also people. Not guys. Don't come here. How?
Sorry to disturb you. Do you get affected though by hate comments online?
No, I just find it very weird, and it's I feel like, because it's also one thing that I've also been doing in intentionally and in practice. Like, it's not to take things personally, because whatever people give, it's coming from where they're at. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's been so good. Like, you actually typed it and you went and edited, and then you are like, yeah, I'm gonna press send. This is the type of person that you're publishing yourself to be, and you're okay with that. Like, really, I feel like it also comes back to the thing, Yoguti. At some point, it doesn't matter what you've been through. You get to decide who you're going to be. And this is really who you're deciding to be. It's like body shame. It's not different from body shaming and hate comments that we see. And these things, they're not about us. They're about you. But like it or not, they will affect you. They will catch up to you. It's like even people in the working sectors will come on TikTok. I saw a video of a lady the other day was saying, watch what you're commenting. Because one day you'll come to a job interview, you'll get interviewed, and it'll go well. But one of the people there will see, no, man, I know this person from TikTok, and you're just saying whatever online. So it's not even about us. You're speaking this way. This is who you are, and this is how you're publishing. Like, guys, come on. Like, really, that's what I'm saying. When we're in a vulnerable position, being out here, we're putting ourselves out here. There's something, if I'm going to say one thing that's contradictory to my behavior, they're going to point it out online. You know what I mean? It's a totally different thing for me to be on this podcast and for someone to be at their house on the comments.
True. And I feel like with podcasts, it's a bit tricky also, because it's not a situation where two things can be true at once. It's a situation of 10 things can be true at once. My perspective, my story will not be the same to 100 people.
Exactly.
So I feel like people should be a little open into that perspective as well, to say, no, I'm not who AYANDA. I didn't grow up. I don't have the same morals as she does. I didn't experience life the way that she did, and the way that she sees things is the way that she sees things. And I'm not by any means saying anyone should not give us any positive feedback or anything like that. But I think when it comes to hate, it's very unnecessary.
It is.
I don't think we need to go into that. And again, as I said, we're not perfect. We're not here to sound performative and we're the most perfect people. We're very no, it's a podcast. As I said, we've done things that we're not proud of. We've said things that we're not proud of. We've hurt loved ones. And we're just here to speak about our story and give our perspective on things, and hopefully it helps one or two people watching and actually see. Or even if your friend is going through something and be like,
share
I heard LUNGILE no AYANDA talk about this actually, and then you get to have empathy for the next person and say, actually, I didn't see this in this way. That's what we are here for. We're not here to I don't know. I think people think when people have podcasts, it's just they think that they
got it all figured out.
They have life figured out, yes.
We don't,
and we
guys.
don't.
We
Yo,
don't.
we're still young. We're in our, well, I don't know. I'm hitting, I'm going into my
Pushing
late,
30.
pushing 30. I almost said
Yeah.
late 30s. No, I'm not that old.
Pushing 30.
Late 20s. Yeah, I'm pushing
Yeah.
30. But yeah, I definitely don't have life figured out.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we
guys,
should move on from that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wanted to also speak about oh yes, I had here. Oh yes, I did want to speak about the sinister thing to kind of explain that, but also give an example of a cheating type of situation, because I know a lot of people don't find cheating. It's the culture of these days. Some people don't find cheating that deep. And for me, which is another perspective, I think a person who cheats is the most evil person in the room.
Real. I
Some
agree.
people,
Yes.
and you're being dramatic. I know someone's gonna and comment.
It's that deep.
It's that
serious.
deep. Like, someone who cheats does not have any positive traits.
Exactly.
They are a psychopath. They are a liar. They are a manipulator. They are like every bad thing in the world. A cheater is, And so for me, I've even ended friendships because of my friends cheating. I just didn't trust you. There was this feeling of like, you telling me you love this person who you've dated for 5 years, and you guys are speaking on the phone. I love you, making promises, and then immediately afterwards, I hear you're going to
sensitive topic
dude.
for me.
It is very, and that's the thing. I think also I feel it because I might be biased because it has also happened to me, so I know the feeling of being cheated on.
Please.
And one, I'd never do it to another person, but also I think I also judge it so deeply because it's happened to me. Yo, dude, that thing is so traumatizing. It destabilizes your whole nervous
your whole
system.
life, your everything. It's like yeah. No, cheaters are evil.
Yeah, no. But other people, that's the thing though, but other people might not think it's that deep. Or some people might say, I would be able to forgive someone like that, So it's things like that where it's just someone's perspective. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I see life. You don't know how, So it's things like that where you just have to just accept what the person is saying and saying, okay, they're saying this because of 1, 2, and 3. And even if they don't explain or give context, they're using certain words because that's the way they feel and they've experienced life. For me, a cheater is more dangerous than a murderer. For me. For me. No, true, because I feel like if a murderer had to work if we had to put a cheater and a murderer, I'm not saying it's not good to be killing, but like I'm just trying to, explain something here.
Yeah.
If a murderer and a cheater came into a room together and you had to list characteristic traits of a murderer, yes, they killed someone, but let me not say but. Okay, this is a bit maybe I shouldn't use a murderer, but okay, let me just carry on. It's fine. I hope the people who get it. If you put those two people in front of us and you list characteristic traits of a killer, you'd find that they're killing because most of the time it's anger. It's usually anger and hate towards that certain person that they killed. Right. Usually it's never a serial killer. Serial killer is extreme. I'm not talking about the extreme. And then you find that you list the characteristic traits of a cheater. They're far worse and far scarier because it's a thing of you lying to your whole family. You're lying to the person that you love every single day. You are someone who is sneaky. You are a psychopath. You are a manipulator. You are a liar. Do you know the type of things you have to do when you are living with someone and you're having to hide messages, having to walk out?
Exactly.
To me, you're a scary
it's too
person.
much admin. Like, there's too much that's going into this.
You could kill someone and no one would know.
Exactly. It's like those people who kill someone and they're not even a suspect. Because you're that good, like you really thought this through. You made the effort and the means to make sure that this is concealed. No, I agree with you. And not even because I've been cheated on, but because, man, cheating is a totally different. Like, do you even love that? It's like I was reading this introduction to a book called All About Love by Bell Hooks, right? And it was saying that when you grow up in an environment where you're abused. Not even physically, verbally, in any kind of way. It doesn't mean that love does not exist, because love, there are different components of love. There's care. There's a lot of things that come, but it's not necessarily the whole package. It's like when you're baking a cake, it's not just one ingredient. There's a whole lot of different ingredients, right? So they're saying that you can feel loved because you're cared for. You're considered. There's a lot of different things, but others can be lacking, right?
Yeah,
so you'll find that this person who's being abusive will beat up his wife and then go to a bar. Magafige bar, he's ranting about he loves his family. But his actions are not saying that.
Yeah.
The same with the cheater. You're cheating on this person, but you're insisting that you love them. But how is that true? Like, how can the two like coexist? You know what I mean? Because like you said, cheating is evil. Like, you're lying.
It's evil.
Before you go home, millions of shows, you're deleting messages, you're archiving, like whatever that
or
you
maybe
have to
shower
do.
before. It's
Exactly.
very
The extent that you have to go through to, and I feel like when a person cheats on you, they've reached a point where your hurt does not move them anymore. They don't care anymore. Because like, even if I'm going to speak about my experience, like this person was with me cheating actively. You're messaging your other person. Like, how do you look me in the eye and tell me that you love me?
That's a very scary thing.
When you're doing that.
That's
like,
I've had a similar situation where my partner, the one that cheated on me, I had this, and you're always gonna have the feeling. And I asked my first mistake was actually asking.
Yeah.
I asked them, I was like, are you doing 1, 2, and 3? You know, and I confronted them about it. She looked me straight in my eyes and told me I would never do that. Why would I even do that? You know how much that is so scary, because at the end of the day, after the relationship, I didn't even trust myself. There was this.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get cheated on, there's so many things about yourself that end up being hard. What's the word? They end up being things that are hard to get back. You know, I didn't trust myself for such a long time, especially my intuition. And I feel like someone who destabilizes your nervous system is a very dangerous person.
Real.
So yeah, Anjay, cheating to me is the highest form of betrayal.
Yes.
It's evil.
It is.
I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
No, because I agree. Like, for me, it was, I dreamt. I dreamt about someone that I don't know. And I described this person in the morning. We were sleeping together. I had this dream. Yo, this is what I dreamt. I explained the dream. I described the person. I was like, no, laughed it off. And then I found out like a while later, Guti, really, like, they were cheating on me with this person. And when I even asked, Guti, after I had that dream and I told you, did you feel bad? Were you scared? Like, you know, no. So what do you mean? So I think I dreamt, like, let's say in January, and then I found out in April. So all these months, you are not scared. And like I agree with you. I didn't trust myself anymore. I was just like, I knew this. Like, from like deep down, I knew it. But I didn't trust it because I love this person. And if you have to be honest with yourself, you started to love them more than you loved yourself.
Yeah, obviously.
And then you start
it's self-betrayal at that point.
Exactly, it's self-betrayal because you know one thing about your intuition, it will never lead you astray.
True.
It will never lead you astray. The minute you suspect alone, that's enough. In fact, Minamandi, if I feel like someone is cheating on me, I will break up with you now. Because I don't want to go through that again. You know what I mean? I mean, benefit of the doubt only goes so far. But if there's too many signs. That's why it's also important to confront every red flag you come across. Red flags that you ignore will be the reasons why you break up. I'm telling you. Like, hey, AYANDA, you.
We've been through it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
We've been through it.
Cheaters are the worst people in the world.
Number one.
Please,
I'm so sorry.
If you're watching this, I'm joking.
Do better. Do better. But yeah, I just wanted to also jump into another topic of I don't want to stick into relationship. I feel like we've been dabbling in that since the first episode, honestly, but hopefully this will be the last episode we get into that. But I wanted to find out from you, Uguti, do you feel like when you are the most self-aware person in the relationship, do you feel like you get criticized more from your partner? Because I feel like when you are self-aware, there's certain things that you will upfront say about your partner and about yourself. So if you make a mistake, or even things that they didn't notice, which is worse, I feel like. Not worse in the sense of it's worse, but but in the sense of if you keep mentioning things that you are doing that is wrong and you want to grow the relationship, it will somewhat come back to you as in you the problem in the relationship.
Like you're trying to sabotage.
Not necessarily sabotage, but Lungile, if I'm sitting with you and I tell you, okay, for example, let me make an example rather. For example, with our second episode, right? I messaged you and I told you, I didn't really like that episode because of 1, 2, and 3. And it was negative traits from my side. Because I explained to you, remember, I explained to you, I didn't like this because of this. I did this. I felt like I was doing this, you know. And it was negative traits on my side, but I was pointing out how I was treating, not necessarily treating you, but how it was navigating the situation. And so if you're always someone who's self-aware in the situation like that, and then for example, you're not someone who's ever going to tell me the things that you did wrong, even if you didn't realize that I noticed. Do you not think then that becomes a dynamic where you will kind of look at me as someone who's always at fault?
No, I feel
don't think so.
No, I feel like I understand that perspective, but I also feel like it's about the type of relationship you have with a person, right? Because there's a person who's going to look at that as you're just a flawed person who's gonna mess up all the time, and there's a person who's gonna look at it as if you're genuinely trying to improve, and you're genuinely trying to do better. So I feel like even in that, you it's your responsibility, obviously, to change, because there's no point if you're gonna say, no, I feel like this is what I did wrong, but it continues. But then at the same time, you should not beat yourself up for making those mistakes. You know what I mean? No one is perfect. I just feel like it's about clarity. It's about clarity when it comes to why you're mentioning that. Because, for example, if I'm gonna even take it another step, it's this thing you're going to, when you address things, it's because you genuinely want the relationship to work. Right? It's not, you don't want things to die, because I feel like silence is a real enemy. If you don't care, you won't address it, and it will just keep happening.
But what if the other person in the dynamic is not addressing anything?
That's
why I'm saying, does it hurt the relationship if you're the one who's more self-aware?
It can.
Because it's a thing of, you will always speak up, you will always say your parts, and
I feel like in that case the scale is not balanced then. So you as a self-aware person who's always trying to actively work on the thing, you're carrying more burden than the other person. It's like that video that you sent me the other day, when one person is feeling it and the other person's just chilled, like they don't care. It takes a strain on that one, because you also feel like you're not alone. You also feel misunderstood. There's a whole lot of things that will feed that one thing. I feel like, obviously, the first couple of times you can notice it and bring it up. And then you can bring it up to them. I noticed that this is what's happening, and you never really, reciprocate in this area. What does that mean? Like, how are you seeing this? And then if you see, you would see, nah, man, you're not being met where you need to be met. It's okay to then let go, if anything. But I do feel like it does put more burden on you. It does negatively affect the relationship if the response that is required is not given. If you feel like you've addressed so much that it's taking a toll on you, and you feel like, okay, now you even, because already you're criticizing yourself for these things, and you feel like this person is also doing it, and they're also not making an effort, then definitely it's not going to work out.
Because I've had a similar situation which has brought me to not a situation, has brought me to a point in my life where I feel like sometimes I don't mention certain things about myself that I'm doing in the situation, especially if the other person is not initiating it as well. Because I've had a lot of experiences where I'm in a friendship or relationship, whatever it is, with the person, and I keep noticing my faults all the time. Like, oh, I didn't say this. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will, either do better, or, oh, I noticed when I responded like this, you didn't. Because I will notice small moments like that. About if we're speaking and I'm like, but it's the thing of, you won't notice it. But then later on, I'll text him like, hey, I'm sorry I responded this way. I was feeling moody or whatever, and so I feel like if you keep on doing that all the time, the person's gonna see fault in you, and they will think that they're perfect. Because it has happened where someone ended up at the end, they ended up mentioning everything that I was doing wrong, but it's the thing of, I will tell you the things that I would do wrong, and then in their head they think that they are perfect, because they would never speak about they would never notice when they would say something and I would feel bad. There wouldn't be a text after that. There wouldn't be a, hey, Ayanda, I might have said this 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I noticed that you didn't respond well. They would never say that. Because they never said that, they didn't know that. I don't know.
Thing. No, I
It was a
understand you.
thing.
I understand you. I feel like
So
also
I've held back a lot when it comes to that. And I felt like it is
that must be so
kind of
heavy.
chipping away from
the
growth in my relationships.
I feel like on your part, you should adjust that if you feel like it's not making a difference in the relationship, but you should also not like hold that person liable for yourself. You know what I mean? It's your response, because I feel like from your perspective, it's just you trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
I understand.
Of course.
And if that person is meeting you and now even going as far as using it against you, that speaks to who they are. You know what I mean? That is who you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like this is where now kind of compromise, for lack of a better word, comes in, because this is your trait. This is how you nurture relationships, but you're actively working on yourself, like transparently with this person. If they're not reciprocating you and even going as far as using that against you, then I don't think that person was meant to be in your life in the first place. Because why would you use something?
That's the thing. I don't think it was malicious when they did mention it. I genuinely think they thought that they were better in the situation. But I'm like, unfortunately not. It wasn't that.
You're not aligned in self-awareness.
Yeah.
That's just it. Like, you can't say now, I'm trying to bring up things, because it's even in relationships, friendships. If you genuinely want things to work, you say those things. As in, I noticed this and this and this. I noticed I've been distanced. I noticed this and this. It's because you want to make it work. If I'm going to turn around and say, it comes off wrong, man. It just comes off wrong. So I just feel like you guys need to reach a point of compromise. Okay, this is how I am. This is how I actively try to improve. It's not something to weaponize, but it's also not something to... You can't expect that exact thing from the other person. They can reciprocate you in their own way to say that, okay, for me, it's like this. If you're going to pinpoint all these little things, maybe I'll notice the bigger ones to say, okay, no, it's because of this and this and this. I just feel like you have to just find common ground with that.
Yeah.
Something like that, because it's a character trait. It's not necessarily like a common thing among everyone.
Yeah. I think that's why it's also emotional intelligence is in my top 3 of things that are non-negotiables for me. Because there's certain things that I'm not going to fight about in a relationship. I'm not going to, there's just certain things where it's just like, you think like that? Absolutely not. But yeah, and what else do you want to get into today? We didn't really prepare, guys. We
just wanted to talk.
Have a chilled.
Someone asked me a question. Let me see. Someone said, what are some common misconceptions about people in the LGBT community that maybe you'd like to correct?
That I'd like to correct?
Yeah, let's personalize it. Like, what are things that are like misconceptions? For example, I would say, just because I'm masked doesn't mean I want to be a man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like general things that affect all of us. Just because I wear boy clothes, I even hate when people say that.
Yeah, maybe you can speak on your stud mask, and then I'll speak about the feminine side.
Okay,
I think that's better.
Just because I wear, like, I dress up the way it doesn't mean I want to be a man. Like, it doesn't mean I want to one day even transition. Like, there are trans people. You know what I mean? There's differences. That's why there's there's different letter for everybody, you know? And I also, this thing of being sexualized overly as a mass present. Oh my God.
You guys get it like the worst.
Yo!
Hey, the things that happen.
The things that are said. The things that are... Yo, Ayanda, it's so vulgar. Like, it's so vulgar, because what makes you comfortable saying this to me? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
You know? I am so over-sexualized, it's insane. Like, I don't know. Even men, like gay men. I feel like there's another thing also that I want to talk about when it comes to this, right? We're gay. We fall under the flag, the LGBTQIA plus community. And we belong to different categories, like I said. And now there is a category for someone who can go for everybody in the community, right?
Yeah.
I think those are pan people,
Pansexual,
and
yes.
all of that. I'm under the L. What makes you think that as a gay man, you're gonna sleep with? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The advances that we get
Yeah.
are insane. And I feel like it's a power thing. You know,
Obviously.
it's a power thing. If you're a man trying to bend me over
Imagine.
as a stud, as a mass presenting woman, like, what are you trying to prove? Like,
hey.
oh my God, it's insane.
Wild.
Like, Ing is speechless because I understand you thought about this. Like, how long have you been thinking about this to even gather the courage to even say it to me? Trendies, you know,
No.
it's a lot. So stop over sexualizing mass presenting women. Like, we're not interested. I'm not interested. Asikolap, you know, like, yeah, there's just a lot of things, and you know, it's also a curiosity. It's a curiosity thing because you see me on Instagram, on TikTok, Nyajima. You want to see what's under the boy clothes. Stop it, guys. Hey, nizobosh.
No, but you guys are overly sexualized. I think it's that thing of like you still are feminine, but then you also present masculine. So it is the curiosity thing that people end up having.
Yo, married women, men, so many people,
because it's
and
that
you're just
masculine energy, and then it's like that. Yeah,
it's a lot. Like, you just want to
can
hide
imagine.
and go and live under a rock because it's just too much. Like, please, guys, it makes us uncomfortable. It makes us feel stripped. It makes us feel exposed, and that's one thing that we don't want. Already we're like gay, like we're queer, like we're living in dangerous times. There's places where people who are gay are killed, and then you want to put me on another spotlight of trying to explore me. Like,
wild.
It's crazy. But yeah, those are just a few things that I wanted to mention, and also. There's a difference between being queer and gay, right? Because, for example, I'm not like that gay, like I'm gonna wear the flags and everything. I just feel like that's
I think
not who
even
I am.
you saying you're gay and you're not lesbian, some people don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, well, like, I don't like labels, honestly. I feel like people label us to make themselves accept
Please
us
label that.
comfortably. You know what I mean? I feel like for the most part of it, or most times, labels are used to make us digestible to society, you know, and I don't like that. Like, why don't we just be? That's why I don't like coming out. This whole coming out thing, coming out of where? Like, I don't like it because why must we go to such far extents to be accepted by society? You know what I mean? It's good for educational purposes, yes, but now for social purposes, I feel like we're taking it too far. Like, we're like putting ourselves under that spotlight that is not already, it's a spotlight being gay, you know what I mean? So I'm not overly gay to saying I'm gonna be wearing rainbow everywhere. Like, that's not me. I represent myself subtly, but also
It's obvious.
you know what I mean? So I feel like that for me is enough. And if you have a problem with that, like, that's on you. That's none of my business. Don't like now try to hold me accountable for the accommodations that you think I should fit into. You know, like, just leave me alone. Let me be. If I'm gonna come and wear a crop top tomorrow, that's none of your business. Let me express myself the way I'm expressing myself. I feel like how I express myself is sufficient for me to be living in my truth and being myself, and I'm comfortable. You know? So if you feel like there's certain things I should be doing, go and deal with it and argue with someone who has the time. Like, that's not me, you know?
For me, it's the complete, I love a label. Like, put that label on there. Like, I need to know specifically what you identify as, what is happening in your life, so I can decide, nope, yes.
Okay.
Like, for me, it makes it easier. Like, if you're going to come to me and tell me, I'm okay, let's start from the beginning. I'm attracted to feminine women, you know? So if you're going to tell me like, I'm a STEM, majority of the times I do dress masculine, it's a no for me.
Yeah.
Like, so it could happen that I meet you and you are that day presenting more feminine, and I could be attracted to you, but then I found out that you're more masculine in your day. For me, absolutely not. I'm just not attracted to that. Yep. Sorry if you're offended. I don't know why you would be, but yeah, people are attracted to what they want to be attracted to. So I like a label so I can decide at face value and know it's a yes, it's a no. Just so we don't waste each other's time. But also in saying that, I think some of the things that I struggle with, but before I get into that, I feel like there's such a difference between masculine and presenting feminine people, feminine guys. My head, I don't know.
Take your time.
Today.
Take your time.
Yeah, no, today my head is everywhere.
And I'm a Red Bull.
Hey, dog. Like yeah, lack of sleep. But anyway, I feel like there's such a huge difference socially as well as in the workspace between feminine and masculine presenting women. Because I feel like there's a lot more conversations that I hear that you might not hear. I think that's the huge difference. And I think maybe I could be more insecure than you could be, because when you walk into a room and people see you as masculine presenting, it's already in their faces, you know. It's already like, hey, I'm gay. You decide, that person decides there and there if they want to, you know, interact with you or not. With me, it's more of a different situation where when I walk into the room, it's not the first thing you see. And so when you're in that type of dynamic, there's a lot of weird conversations, especially straight men have, especially if there is a mass presenting woman. It's weird. The things that I have heard, like, and I've told you this before, some of the things where it's like, oh, don't get next to that person, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And obviously I'll defend it in the moment, because I'm not someone who comes out to everyone. Like, I don't think that's necessary. But with you, it's different because you already present that you're out already, you know. So it's also different dynamics. And I think also if you hear conversations like that in the background, you're more aware of what human beings think, you know, and it would make you a bit more self-conscious to be like, okay, this is how majority of people think. They might act this way, you know, but people really do withdraw opportunities because they see that you are gay. People do underestimate the way that you think and the type of work that you will produce. People do judge you. Like, it's so weird. And as a feminine presenting woman, being in that space and hearing and seeing judgment being put on people that are masked is a little scary. It's a little scary. And so you also try to I don't want to say, like, I will choose and pick when I come out. Like, especially if I'm in the situation and I'm like, oof, these people are hardcore. And I'll usually make that judgment based on if there's another masked person around us and I hear the conversations going around. They're very sad. And I think those are the only differences, the type of experiences that we have in closed spaces. But in terms of generally, I don't know, what misconceptions are there about feminine women that we may be going through a phase? I don't know.
Do you think that in your experience, who's worse, like when it comes to these conversations about being gay, like men or women?
Men. Men.
Is it a
women
sexual
are always
thing,
okay with
or...
it. When a woman is hating on the community, it's very confusing to me. Like, I'm always very confused because I'm not saying women are fluid or anything like that. I'd never place that on anyone, but women are emotionally accepting. Like, I feel like they have a level of understanding when it comes to that. So when a woman is like, I always just, it's very confusing when they are, but with men, it's very violent, very sexual, it's weird.
It's very excessive. And I understand that.
Yeah, it's mainly males who say the most odd things.
Hey, no. Do you think it's a lack of education?
Yes, of course it is. Of course it is.
And the emotional absence, ne? Because, like, men are not emotionally inclined, you know, when it, like, compared to women. Like, men are not people who easily explore emotions and acceptance and all of those things. So it's just an ignorance thing.
I think it's everything. When a man is involved, it's everything. Everything is lacking, Jay. But everything. Sorry to the men out there, sorry.
Send this podcast to a man.
No, but it's usually men that usually have problems. With women, they don't even think about it. When they do and they have a fuss about it, I'm also very confused. But usually they're very accepting about it. Yeah, mainly men.
Okay, I see. But so you don't think there are other general misconceptions about feminine women other than in petty stage?
No. What is there?
Because in my experience, it's always like feminine presenting women who over sexualize stats, like myself.
Oh,
right?
no, that's why I don't date.
just like-
Oh, also, I do not date feminine women who majority of the time date studs. Because I've been in a situation where, because you're used to having a masculine presenting woman, and masculine presenting women do become the head of the house, the leader of the relationship.
God.
And because you are used to that,
Yeah.
now you're going to treat me. I've had the oddest situations where a woman once said to me, why you too emotional? And I'm like, what? I'm a woman. What do you mean? Like, and she was, because studs will sometimes suppress their emotions. There's certain things that we will get into that conversation maybe in the next episodes, but there's certain things that studs do that are that are a bit toxic. I would say, like toxic masculinity. Because I've also seen it in feminine women who majority of the time do date stud. It comes out the way that you are used to acting in that type of dynamic and how you respond to that. Now you bring it to me, and now it's a dynamic of I'm having to step up when I'm like, I'm not used to. We both are women. Like, what do you mean?
You're not a man.
Oh, so yeah, it's just I don't date feminine women who've majority have been in relationships with studs, because I know that dynamic. But I don't know. I don't know what misconception there are. But I wouldn't relate to the one that you just said. I wouldn't know.
Because it's the over sexualization and curiosity. You know, sometimes a woman won't even be gay. They just want to see.
But also, it's that thing of studs liking dating straight women.
Yeah, true. I used to fantasize that. We'll grew up and I was just like, this is weird.
We will get into that
next episode.
Yeah, because you guys do a lot of strange things. No, like the stud community as a whole, it's a topic to explore, because some of the things that studs go through, I've never experienced. Because a stud will speak about the experience. I'm like, no, it's not an LGBT stamp. I've never gone through.
That's why
it's a stud thing.
Every time I get so shocked when I hear stud stories. And I'm just like, guys, where do you find these studs? Like, where are you finding these situations? These are unique life experiences. This is not something that happens to people.
Yeah.
Like, it's so shocking.
Because a stud will say, oh, you feminine presenting women are so toxic because you guys will end up being with men. And I'm like, what? No, it's because he's dating a straight woman. That's why, you know. So there's certain things that studs do, and I'm like, and they want to relate it to the community. And
it's not.
I'm like, no,
it's really not. Nah, we'll explore that in the next episode. I feel like it's a very deep and broad subject.
I do think they're the most toxic ones in the community, in the lesbian specifically community. But also I also think the ones that go through the most as well.
True.
They do go through the most, but they're also the most toxic. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll get into that in episode 5 and explore that. I get faggy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I've heard things, and it's so insane. Like
insane.
Yeah, but we'll dive deeper into that in the next episode. For now, do you have anything else that you'd like to?
Yeah, we still have a few minutes to kind of.
I want to talk about this thing about these attachment styles, because it's bothering me. Like, it's been something that, like, I've like I told you the last time. Now I've been doing this thing called personal development. So every day I try to check myself in one area or another.
Wait, what did you say? You wanted to?
I wanted to talk about this thing about these attachment styles. Are you sure?
Oh, okay. Can we bring that in episode 5? Because I just saw something here on my notes.
No stress.
That thing that we're going to discuss in terms of reputation.
Okay.
And associating yourself with certain people. I think we had spoken about that.
Briefly.
I remember we went out and then we we had spoken about what did we speak about?
We
Something
talked
about
about a lot of things.
reputation. Because like remember on episode 2 or 3, I had mentioned Ugusi, I don't like people who speak.
Oh,
I don't like it when people when I find out
When you go through
information.
it, I
So
remember
I wanna
that.
I wanna
remember
actually speak about that a little more. We do
Okay.
have a few more minutes.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a long topic, but
Go for it.
Konje Satin.
You were saying that
I feel
if
like
you're
you
gonna
said
hear
something-
someone,
No, I
If you're
remember I
gonna-
said that, but there's something that you said about reputation of association or something like that.
or when you
had-
get blamed by association
Oh,
because you were in a
yes.
certain setting. Yes.
yeah,
Are you-
no, that thing makes me angry.
Yeah.
Because like people will okay, there's two types of reputations that I think. There's the first one that I don't really care about is when someone goes on a smear campaign about me.
Okay.
You know, and I'll hear it, got my him, whatever. I don't couldn't care less about that. Go do your thing. I think people will see as time goes
Inconsistency
and
and
they'll
all of that,
see,
yeah.
I don't really care about those. But there's the other one, sorry, not me getting passionate. There's the other one where you associate me with nonsense. When you tell me I was there with you and I was enjoying your nonsense, that one that one pisses me off. So we were here, we were doing 1, 2, and 3, and AYANDA and I corner as if I was joining. Please tell them that I was in the corner sitting and looking at this nonsense happening. Can you tell that part, please?
Exactly.
Because like, what the hell?
Put in the details.
No.
Yeah.
Like you hear all these things. Oh, we were doing 1, 2, and 3, and AYANDA was also. No,
Yep.
tell them I was in the corner sitting, facing the wall because I was like, I want to go home.
Be a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that can ruin someone's reputation to the highest form because it's like, oh, AYANDA says she's this type of person who has integrity. She's this person who has these type of morals, these type of values. And then you hear from other people who she was associated and she was in this type of situation. And they're like, what? What the hell? And I'm like, no. Like I'm...
True. No, I hear you.
Like those
I
things
agree.
get me so angry because I'll hear them from certain people and I'm like, no, guys, tell the full story. Yes, I was there, but tell them what was happening. Tell them I was not even...
You're not participating.
I wasn't participating. I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, wow, this is how you guys do things. I don't want to be... Because I remember there was this one time where I went to a strip club. I had a panic attack, dude. Like, I did. And the thing is that people in that type of situation would say, oh, AYANDA was in a strip club, Besino, AYANDA. But no, tell the full story that I had to go into another room, had to separate myself because I had a panic attack in there and you guys still wanted to party as my friends. That's one of the reasons why I had to cut off those people. But yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, so yeah, there was a lot of inconsideration and that dynamic. But anyway.
Because why would you still stay?
But why would you still stay? We weren't drinking there. We weren't having, there wasn't money that was really being spent there. It was a situation we could get up and leave, you know. But anyway, so to go deeper into his situation, I had to separate myself. I sat separately in a separate, it was a club situation. You could go in. That's where the stripper thing was, and I had to go out. There was a bit of a bar gambling. So I sat there. It was like a restaurant there, and I sat there because I had a panic attack. I was calling my sisters. There was this bad energy immediately when I went in, and trust and believe when we were on our way there, I was, you know, hyping the whole, like, yes, we're gonna have fun. You know, I was hyping the situation, you know, but as soon as I got there, I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be there. And I was having panic attacks. There was a point where I even went to the bathroom. There was a lady who was crying. It's not a situation I do not want to be in. Yeah, but so if you're going to tell stories like that and be like, oh, Besino 123, tell them what I was doing. Also, tell the whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't just mention my name in a situation. I'm not that type of person. Yes, I'm not perfect. Yes, I say the wrong things. Yes, I've done wrong things, but I do have integrity. I'm a good person.
There's certain lines.
I am a good person. There's certain lines I will not cross for anyone and anything. So when you put me in those type of... this makes me so angry because I've heard so much where people are like, oh, AYANDA. No, tell them what I was doing when I was in that situation and I found out that this was the dynamic. Tell them how I responded.
Exactly.
Tell them how I was in the situation.
Yeah.
Tell them I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Tell them I was having a panic attack. Don't just bring my name and act like I was associated with the nonsense that was happening.
No,
guys.
fully.
That one,
no,
but
I
yeah,
get
the smear campaign one, don't
doesn't
even
matter.
care.
Yeah, I even went through something like that where I was just hearing someone is talking shit about me. Like, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
People are telling me. I remember a couple of years ago, even there was this lady that I was trying to date.
Mm-hmm.
And she was telling me, I was told not to trust you. I was just like, but I was just like, not that deep.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, you decided that you're going to believe that. But the association thing, I take it very seriously because I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to be known to be affiliated with Indenje. Like, for example, it goes even as far as there's a friend of mine, well, an old friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Her family was so deep into ANC, like they were into benefiting from it. I cut her off.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the country is suffering because of ANC. You guys are
And you
busy
doing that.
benefiting financially from, I cut her off because I was like, your politics are more important than your humanity. You like it can't be. I don't want to be associated with Mudonjal because like you don't get. So association is a very important thing. Association even will block certain things from happening, even for you as an individual, because
and people will not even believe the things that you say. That's very dangerous, because I will come on this platform and I'm like, I believe in 1, 2, and 3, and people are like, oh no, you lying because Tiwa. I hate that so much.
I get you. Association is a very dangerous thing. You need to remove it. It comes back to the thing that we've been taught growing up with: bad company corrupts good character.
Yeah,
it goes that deep. It goes that
deep.
far. Like, you need to decide where you want to be involved in and what you want to be a part of. Like, I've reached even a point where I'm like, I don't even care if I don't have friends anymore. If I don't want to be a part of this, I will not be a part of it. Like, you peer pressure. Oh, we
don't do that.
We don't do peer pressure anymore.
No.
To some extent, maybe when you need to decide that you don't believe in this. This is not something you uphold, and you stand on business. You will get criticized, but like, what do you gain? Like, really, what do you gain from being associated with these things that are even going to negatively affect you further on your own? But you had fun for 2 hours and you didn't even have, because the guilty conscience was there even. Like, guys, come on. Let those things go. Like, you need to decide what your moral compass is, what your principles are, and stick to them.
Like, no matter what happens.
Unapologetically, because it's crazy what happens.
It's crazy what you hear about yourself out here.
But if you hear things about me, they are lying.
They are lying.
They are lying.
No, they are lying, for sure.
I don't go out. I don't talk. I don't, so really, you also need to decide what's the source.
Yeah.
I feel like people who just believe what people are saying about you, but they're the problem.
Yeah.
Because
who is saying it also? Like, can we also,
guys.
Does this person know you? Have you ever been surrounded?
Have you seen me with this person? Have I been have I been consistent with this person in my life for whatever they're saying to have credit to good? Yeah, well, it could be true. Like, that's why even now, you don't even go defending yourself. If someone is saying, believe them.
Yeah, the smear campaign one, whatever. That one, I don't. It's the hanging out with people and they like, oh, you were there.
Yeah, we're not hanging out anymore. We'll hang out in public places at an event, not behind closed doors, because I feel like that's where the most damage takes place. And then people just filter things. But
okay. But
that's my take.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. It, as you said as well, can close a lot of opportunities because people, it's not right. But if people do see you with certain people, they will judge you based on that, purely just based on that. And I think that is unfair, but especially if you don't know the person's character.
Exactly.
But now that we have this platform, and again, we are not perfect. We have said things, we have done things, but we are not evil people. We are not damaging people. We're not malicious. We're not those type of people. We are definitely not perfect, far from it.
Yes.
But there's certain values and integrity that we live by, LUNGILE, and do not
I just feel like people
should
not pedestalize us or idolize us. We're people just like you. Like, don't think I have things figured out. There are some things that I've experienced and I can share my experience. And if that's valuable to you, good. But don't think we have the answers to everything.
Definitely not.
And say we're going to guide you through life. We're not life guides.
Life.
We're still trying to figure things out. We're just sharing our
ourselves.
experiences and journeys with people, you know. And even coming back to this thing of association. Do you know that series, that limited series, When They See Us? Those guys who were in a park. And
it sounds familiar. Can you explain?
A woman was raped, basically, and killed. A woman was raped and beat half to death. And these boys were just playing around in the park. And they ended up taking the fall for that.
those black
those black boys, yes. And even the other one who was not even there because he was trying to support his friends. He came to the police station just to be there for them. He ended up
getting
suffering
locked.
the
I remember
most.
that movie.
Yeah. So it even goes that far. Association can even get you in jail. Like it can get you
it's
your
deep.
whole life messed up. It's that
it's deep. And
guys.
I will always address it.
It's
always
that
address
deep.
it.
It's
like
just
that one
that came
annoys
to my
me so
mind
much.
now.
Yeah.
Guti, it can even affect your life, like fully. That guy, like I said, who was not even there when the incident happened, he left his girlfriend at a restaurant and went to be there for his friends while they were being questioned in a prison. Bamtola lape waiting room. They took him, bambo panaye, and they were turning them against each other. It goes far. These things can go really far, and they can change your whole life's dynamic. And he even spent the most time in prison after they were all released, because they now attach other things that are unrelated. And then now your whole life is ruined. But it's insane, man. That's why I just don't participate. I just feel like I've reached a point where I'm okay being alone because there's nothing out there really of substance. Isn't. I feel like you need to really pick where you want to fit in.
And be very strict about it. I'm very, very picky in who I allow in my life. Yeah. Even if people judge me for it, I know no one is coming in with such easy access, because people be weird.
Yeah, my life is not a guest house.
Hey?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, sing that I heard the last time, and I'm like, what? This person said I was where? Hey. Did they tell you what happened?
The content. Like, what happened?
And I'm glad you also said, you were confused because you're like, why?
Yeah, I was confused. Remember that time? I was just like, I'm young A. And then that's when the person was clarifying.
Yeah, and clarified.
We were just sitting on the side there. And I was like, yeah, because I've heard about this. I declined the invitation to something like this. I don't believe Ayanda would participate in something like that, you know? But don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah, no.
And the internet is not a real place. You know, take what is valuable to you and keep it pushing. Keep it moving. Yeah, that's it from me.
All right, guys. Yeah, and the next episode we said we're gonna get into the studs, the stud dynamic. We're not gonna press too hard on you guys. We will be a little lenient, but yeah, we wanna explore that.
I will not serve as an advocate for the studs, by the way. Just
of course, no, of course. All right, guys. See you on episode 5. Bye. Oh yes, no. Before we end, I did wanna mention, obviously, if people have anonymous questions, because in the next episode 6 we'll be reading out anonymous questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to guide the people in the situation that they're going through, but also we'd like the audience to also comment and give advice to the person.
All right. So we'll do like a anonymous
episode 6
and something. Okay.
Yeah. So guys, please do use the queercornersa@gmail.com. and we'll get you anonymous questions there.
Yes.
All right. Bye.